Now, when theaters were open, Hamilton was the hottest ticket on Broadway. From the time the musical first premiered to when it started streaming on Disney Plus, there has been a major shift in the world. A new examination of the heroes of our history. Now, in my Disney Plus special, Hamilton History Has Its Eyes on You, I connected with some members of the original cast to discuss the show's enormous popularity and this new look into the past.
What's your name, man? Alexander Hamilton. My name is Alexander Hamilton.
I am so happy to get a chance to talk to all of these creative people. We have Lin-Manuel Miranda and Thomas Kail, who directed Hamilton. You shot the film in just 3 days, shooting live performances, as we said, in between performances.
Just you wait.
Watching this again, when you see it, does it bring it all back watching it on film like that?
There's a weird double vision that happens when you watch it, because you're watching things you never had the privilege of seeing from your vantage point on stage. So I'm in awe of the work I couldn't see from my perspective as Hamilton, but I'm also on this journey of remembering what it felt like inside the storytelling, which was the greatest company in the history of musical theater, I think.
Let's bring in Professor Gordon Reed. She is a historian. You're an authority on this period of U.S. history. Virtually every theater critic, as you know, that saw Hamilton, rave reviews, said it's great theater. Does it matter that it's not perfect history?
No, it doesn't matter that it's not perfect history. You kind of expect that there are going to be things that are done for dramatic license, for dramatic purposes. The really important thing, I think, is for people, after they've watched it, to go and find out more. You don't expect everything to be exactly the way it is in a history book.
I have 2.5 hours of your time in the theater. And our goal over the course of writing it was honor the impulse that made me think it was a musical. And to me, that was the relentlessness of Alexander Hamilton. And the fact that this is an immigrant narrative in the United States before there's even a United States. And what that means. And so you have to pare away a lot. I get tweets every day from young people who say, but what about this? Or it's John Lawrence's birthday. Why haven't you said anything yet? You know, and so all the things I could not fit in the 2.5 hours I have of your time, it's exciting to see people discover that.
I don't think the purpose of theater or of art is to give answers. I think it's to ask deeper questions and ask different questions than the ones you might have had when you walked in.
A lot of families are going to be watching. I watched it with my 11-year-old goddaughter together like that. And what do you hope that they're going to take away after they've seen it, the young ones?
I hope that they will do the deeper dive and discover the other voices of the revolution and the truth behind these voices of the revolution. I also, you know, my son, God, he grew, I get emotional when I think about it, but he grew up with this show. It makes me so sorry. And yeah, and so, you know, and, you know, he you know, his whole life, you know, he was in the Obama administration, and, you know, these were his heroes, you know, David and Leslie and Chris and Philippa. These were the, you know, his uncles and aunts. Wow. And he had this kind of great, oh my God, the world is so beautiful. And then now he's 11. He has a memory of what it was in his head, but it's foggy. But now he gets to see this film, and he gets to see his uncles and his aunts. He gets to see how powerfully and beautifully they tell the story that he owns. And that helps me help make sense for him of the world right now. So my greatest hope is that that, you know, we claim some ownership here, and we project an image that is more true of who we are.
Bless your heart. And there are so many who want to help in any way that they can. They want to be an ally. And we have a question from a super fan, Benjamin, who is from Pittsburgh.
My question is, in this new revolution, what can we as white people seeking to become better allies learn, or rather unlearn, about our history through Hamilton's more inclusive retelling?
What we must realize is that, you know, really once and for all, that like we look at history through such a small iris. there's a rich history here and tragic history here. You know, there's great triumph and great horror, you know, that we must learn about. But you got to just open that iris up. So a white ally, you know, open that iris.
What's your name, man? Alexander Hamilton.
As Leslie says, open the iris up, recognize the world we're actually living in. We had such an engaging conversation about how the show sees America then through the lens of America now, and how the country has changed since Hamilton first opened on Broadway, Amy.
And Robin, I am so excited to watch this. I mean, what a beautiful, beautiful tribute to a musical that I love, that my family loves. But it is so interesting that the professor didn't mind that the history in Hamilton wasn't exactly accurate, because that's something people point out.
I know, but you know, it's a question that often comes up with films and shows that are based on real events. Now, both the Harvard professor, Annette Gordon-Reed, and director Thomas Kail made points that Hamilton opened a door to that time in history, challenges you to ask questions and find those answers for yourself. And Lin-Manual related emotionally to Alexander Hamilton's journey, which is what drew him to create the show in the first place. So I hope that you will see the special History Has Its Eyes on You. It premieres tomorrow, streaming exclusively on Disney+. And as you know, the musical Hamilton is streaming right now on Disney+. Well, hey there, GMA fans. Robin Roberts here. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Lots of great stuff here. So go on, click the subscribe button right over here to get more of awesome videos and content from GMA every day, anytime. We thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the morning on GMA.